Now guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 23 Blackburn Rovers career mode. And in today's episode, we're going to push to the halfway stage of the season. We're going to try out some new tactical stuff as well and see if we can find ourselves with a good run of form. Now, frustratingly, I've recorded this once, right? My glasses are broken, we're using these. I'm having a terrible day when it comes to YouTube right now. This video is going to be going up later on the Wednesday than what I said because of the pure fact that I just recorded like an hour's worth of footage and it sounded like this. Hello boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA. That purely is just because OBS sometimes decides to completely reset your microphone and it weren't picking up my beautiful microphone here, it was picking up the webcam's microphone, which is absolute ass. So apologies that this did not go up on time and I'm going to take you through what's just happened. At the end of the last episode, I thought our form was terrible, but actually when you look at it, it was quite good and we were definitely beating the smaller teams around us. The start of this episode, I mean, we've already played Luton. We beat them 2-0 with the new tactic. We beat Hull 1-0, Millwall 3-0, Cardiff 2-0, and then we've just had a really good game against Bournemouth that was 1-1 where Callum Grant hit the crossbar right at the end of the game, which could have given us the victory. Of course, that would have been an all-important victory because that would have given us the opportunity to leapfrog Bournemouth in the league. Yes, there is just a point between us and first. We actually now sit second in the league with Southampton just a tiny bit behind us after now picking up 4 defeats. Very frustrating. We're going to reset though. We're going to carry on. We're going to have a good episode here, boys. We're going to forget about the last hour that did mean absolutely nothing. And we're going to enjoy this one because the first game of this episode is going to be against Arsenal. I should also mention we've got some new beasts in the youth academy. Luke Richards was valued at 1.3 million. Might finally be the star that we wanted here in England. We're going to retrain him to play cam because I'm just not convinced about him out wide. Plus, we already have so many wide players. Hopefully he holds on to that potential. Javier Bravo as well, clocked in at about 1.1 million. He is a left-sided midfielder, so we're going to keep training him there. He looks like he suits that position. Also got Marek Wilt from Poland. I mean, he came in at about 1 mil, so who knows? He's got great potential. 17 already, though, so I need to see his overall come up as quickly as possible. I feel like he could have a big impact for us, so again, we're going to see what happens with him. Also, there was this Esteban lad. Let's see. I don't know. I'm not fully convinced on him. And there was Adrian, because if you think in your wildest dreams I could say this man's last name, no, but we're going to retrain him to be a centre-back. It'll be the first one we have in the academy. He's 6'3". He's pretty decent. He needs to improve his defending, but the rest of it he's got. So Arsenal is the team we're going to take on. They've got a very strong starting 11. We'll see how they improve. They might rotate for this game a little bit. I kind of wanted to keep an eye on them and see how they improve. Now, this is not the new formation. This is what we were playing. This is what I have now been playing. And basically, the way that it works is Travis here, who should not be there on the right, drops into being a centre-back. It allows our full-backs to join the wingers who can then become more narrow and cut inside. It's been working. Reece Nelson and Dolan have scored the bulk of the goals in what would have been this episode, but is now not this episode. It's all very confusing, but yeah, so this is what we're doing. There's a lot more instructions on each player. Travis becomes a third centre-back, and I've noticed we haven't really been conceding as much since we did that. And it gets our wingers more involved with our strikers because we do have fullbacks that are very capable of overlapping. I just need to get a little bit more out of my cams. I just do. Their passing is not good enough. Now, this is going to be the starting 11 for the Arsenal game. I've changed it up a little bit because I've kind of rotated because I don't care about this cup, but also it's Arsenal. It's time to take on a Premiership side. You can kind of get a vibe of how we do against them. Also, I've added one more formation. It's this one. It's a 4-2-4. I don't know when we will use it. It's very aggressive, but who knows? If we are still struggling with goals, we will go to it. And we now finally get into the first game of this already once recorded episode. It's honestly, lads, it's so frustrating when that happens. It's when you watch it back and you notice and you think, oh no, an hour's worth of work has just been wasted, but it is what it is. We move. We need to get these episodes out. I need to get as much recorded as possible today because it is my last day off of this week, so we're going to try and get as much done as possible. Remember, leaving feedback. We will be getting into January pretty soon as well. I do feel like the upload schedule that we've had recently seems to work. Basically, my mindset is I upload on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. It leaves Friday and Saturday stress-free for me because they're super heavy work days being a chef. Still gets enough content out to the channel that we need. I always wanted to be uploading 5 days. Now, we missed Tuesday this week, obviously, because I was playing the new Hogwarts game. Unbelievable, by the way. So we probably will upload now on Friday as well. And I'm aiming for either 4:15 or 5:15 on those days. It's all dependent. Obviously, today's will be later because, I mean, of the hiccup that we've had with the sound. But less of that. Let's focus on Arsenal. See if we can come away with a win. Dolan managing to get that one up to Grant. And Grant just has the ability to do that. And we have the ability to find Tyrese Dolan in these positions. He's not bad from them, you know. Tyrese Dolan, he's not bad for those positions. We're beating Arsenal 1-0. Tyrese Dolan, he's been doing this all season. Him and Reece Nelson have been so good. I'm telling you now, it makes a huge difference now that we use the fullbacks as an overlap because it just overloads the wide areas and confuses the defenders. And also with Travis sitting in as a centre-back, he's perfect for that. He's so good. Tyrese Dolan really having the second season I wanted. He started going up a lot more in overall. That first season barely went up. Second season, really strongly going up. I don't think this one's over because it's Arsenal and it's Arsenal. So they've got a really good squad at this stage. I will not really improved much yet, and I kind of need to see a little bit more of him. You guys did suggest maybe training him to be a cam. Again, I don't think he's got the passing range for me, though, as a cam. I like a good passer. Comes Gabriel Jesus. I know they want to go to Odegaard. I shouldn't have stood off him. I thought I'd block that, to be honest with you. I thought Cole will block it, but it just didn't work. Like, I legit thought we will block this and get away from Odegaard, but, I mean, he puts his foot out the wrong... They need to work on blocks in this game, let's be honest. He puts his foot the other way. Not the way that Gabriel Jesus is actually shooting. He puts his leg out the other way. If he puts his leg out there, it's blocked. I did say this one wouldn't last long, though. Let's be honest. I did mention that. You guys all heard it. Whether you believed it or not, you should have done. The overlap again, causing them problems. Cole now. Oh, I just couldn't find that pass across. Eskil Rudd will pick that up. Rudd with the shot. Rudd with the goal. Martin Gams Pedersen scores a banger here against Arsenal. What a moment this is for the 17-year-old. Completely fools Gabriel, and what a hit. They don't come much better than that for your first goal as a Blackburn Rovers player. Now, I've contemplated starting him while Buckley's out ahead of Devine, because Devine just hasn't impressed me so far, but I really want Devine to grow to become the player that we all know he can be, and I know you guys do as well, but at this rate, maybe Rudd just needs more game time. Pull that one out wide to Cowell. Pull that one back inside. Callum Grant with the shot. He scuffed at it. It wasn't the greatest of balls in. Runnison, easy for him. This really would be a cup upset. I mean, we see teams do this all the time, though. Go out to a team in the division or a couple of divisions below them. It's constantly happening. Now, Cowell got injured at some stage. I'm guessing right at the end of the half. That is worrying for me. Go on then, Callum. Oh, I couldn't get the ball over. A surely handball by Trusty, though. I'm going to actually bring on Reece Nelson against his old club then. I didn't really want to play him against him. I wanted Cowell to get the game time. He left with much choice. How much of a thunderball does Gustavo Hamer have? Let's just whack this one. I never do well from the... Never mind. And that's why I don't do those kind of free kicks. There hasn't been much happen in this second half. And I've got to be honest with you. I'm very happy that there hasn't been much happen in this second half because we are winning this game 2-1. But just as I've said that, Smith Rowe pulls the ball across to Odegaard. Kaminsky. Oh, my God. He drags it all the way back across. Saka's going to pick that up now. I don't like this. I don't like it. Get it away, Colwell. You've got to get it away. Gabriel Jesus, well saved, Kaminsky. But just as I say, not much has happened. Some stuff happens. They brought on Wilf and Didi now. Interesting from Odegaard. I just kind of want to put him in a pocket and not let him get out of it. He's so good on the ball. We haven't received the football in a hot minute now. And Didi plays that one in. Saka again up against Pickering. Oh, of course it lands straight to Odegaard, but he's offside. Praise the gods. Not long left. Arsenal still can create opportunities out, and this is what is scaring me right now. Someone get to him, please. Oh, don't let them get that ball through. Well defended from Pickering. Oh, that was really well defended from Pickering. And oh my God, ref. Oh my God, if this is not a red card, it doesn't matter. The whistle's been blown, but what a tackle that was. He absolutely went right through the back of him. But we've just knocked Arsenal out of the FA Cup. Just for clarification, that wasn't the FA Cup, that was the Carabao Cup. Sometimes excitement might get the better of you. And in that moment where I said the words FA Cup, that was one of those moments. I'm going to be honest with you, we probably won't even play the next round of games. Just really wanted to play against Arsenal and see if we could beat them. It was back to the league after that, and we get ourselves a 2-1 victory. Ahmad Traore and Travis with the goals against Huddersfield. In case I forgot to mention, Cade Cowell's injury is 3 months. which is really going to hurt his progress. Really frustrating because what seemed like a very promising start to his Blackburn Rovers career has faded a little bit. But there is plenty of time for resurgence. Look at Reece Nelson this season. We ummed and ahed whether we were going to sell him at the start of it. Also, the good news for us as well is that John Buckley is on his way back to the starting 11. Now, crazy news, Brentford have offered me a job. The worst part about that is Brentford are actually in this league with us now and below us in the league. They're not having a good season at all, so your boy Yorkie is going to reject that and stick with Blackburn. Crazy that they tried to bring us in. As you can see here, we're currently top of the league, which is insane by a point. Brentford is 7th. They're outside of the playoffs, although it's only by goal difference. Southampton's drop-off in this season has been unreal. 5 defeats now for Southampton. We're going to take on Watford next because they currently 3rd place in this league. And this is going to be the starting 11 to take them on. No John Buckley back just yet, so Ruddy's going to stay in the starting 11. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Rudd at the minute. Nolan and Nelson, of course, on the wing. Spence in the team. Again, remember, we're giving Spence and Ahmad Traore as much football as possible so that their respective teams do not get super mad at me and then recall them because we don't want another Gelhardt situation. Now, Watford are a good side. They have a strong team, and that is exactly why they're in 3rd place this season, so we are not going to underestimate them. Another victory here, though, coming into the halfway point of the season would be huge. We can't understate that enough. Like, a victory here really would start to cement the title challenge. Nelson then into Rudd. Rudd then into Callum Grant. That is beautiful. Callum Grant for 1-0. That's what I need from my cams. And Callum Grant will make it 1-0 Blackburn Rover. Rudd is really starting to grow on me. I know we was all hoping it was going to be Alfie Devine in that position. There's still time for Alfie, by the way. Super young, but Rudd is just performing better. How long before we give Eskil Rudd the number 7 shirt? What Morton Gams Pedersen wore, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he wore. Well, since the opening goal, this game has just tightened up a little bit, hasn't it? It's just got a little bit tight, but with us having the lead, it doesn't really matter. Now, I didn't realize I could have actually played in Callum Grant there. Reece Nelson now with the turn back across in. Oh, there we go. Knight back on the score sheet. It's been a while. And that'll be 2-0 for Blackburn. This would be really devastating if they scored just before half-time. Again, they do say 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline in football, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Is Rudd actually making that run? Go for it. Rudd. Oh, it was always hard. He had to hit it first time because we were going to be closed down instantly. But why not give him that opportunity? Great ball from Grant. Yeah. Plays that one up now to Nelson. Nelson into Grant. We're pulling them apart today. And Rudd is in again. Rudd this time pulls it wide. Don't quite have the shooting ability yet. He's still very raw, is Rudd. I just like what I'm seeing from him a little bit more than Devine. That's all. But still, very, very raw. And we saw that in that moment. That should have been a goal. If that's Buckley, I actually think that's probably 3-0 and the game over. I made a whole host of substitutions. Devine getting that opportunity. That's not a bad ball in. It wasn't the greatest, but Reece Nelson should finish the game off. It should be 3-0. I can't believe it. We've made the subs we needed, though, to just freshen it up. We get tired legs quite a bit. We're not pressing as much as we were before, though, in this formation, which I actually think is helping us massively. Devine's back on the pitch as well. I know you guys are huge Devine fans, and I do want to give him the game time he needs, but he's just not impressed me. That was a foul, though, ref, shortly. Callum Grant now from distance would have finished the game off. Callum Grant started to have quite a few decent games, so that is huge. Oh, my God, what a goal that would have been from Reggie Cannon. He's got Callum, so I'm going to use Callum Grant, and then I'm going to cut inside with Callum, and then Devine is going to cut inside there, and I'm going to bring it back out to Reece Nelson to finish the game off, and again, he can't score. Yellow, good footwork, but again, I just can't seem to find a breakthrough here. Not that it matters. We're going to have it now. Actually, we might can be, and of course, it's saved. But with a full-time whistle, that is a massive 3 points for us here. That really is a massive 3 points. Watford did have a few opportunities. I feel like we could have made it more. Their goalkeeper was outstanding. Next up in the league was West Brom. We beat them 2-1. We're having a really good run with simmed games. I don't know what's going on. The sim usually hates me, but right now the sim's being kind. Spence and Grant with the goals. Next up then is Norwich. We're going to be at home. We need to play this one, and John Buckley is in our starting 11 for the first time in over 3 months. So John Buckley has 9 goals in 18 championship games this season, which is ridiculous. You got to think about it. He's got that many goals. 35 goals scored in 18 championship games, Norwich. They're high scorers. Buckley there, though, with that many goals, considering he's missed 3 months. I need to check the Norwich team because I want to know if this Mariano's the ex-Real Madrid one. It is. That is the ex-Real Madrid Mariano, right? I could be wrong, but I feel like that's him. He's only 74 rated now. That's crazy. The rest of the teams, okay. Norwich's team aren't that good, though. They've got Costello in the side for them today. I feel like Norwich, team we could be beating. Buckley will not be sharp in this one. It's a good way for us to start fixing his match sharpness. Leo, our left back, starting to get more game time because the game's coming thick and fast. Buckley. Oh, this is what we've missed from Buckley. Get to that Callum Grant. He does. I had to pull it all the way back. So frustrating. Reece Nelson now from distance. Oh, I could get a curved shot on it. Cannot. Buckley again now. Callum Grant. He's going to have Ahmad Diallo. Ahmad. That is brilliant. If Buckley could get to it, he couldn't. That would have been surely 1-0 Blackburn and Buckley back on the score sheet. Norwich, of course, will probably be trying to get playoffs this season. So this will be a big match for them. They'll need to get decent results here against the likes of us. Diallo, oh, he tried to play the ball too soon. Probably could have ran with that, and I just tried to get that ball in as quickly as possible. In and out to Leo. Leo, trying to play it into Reece Nelson. Just can't quite find the passes in the final third at the minute, but feel like they're coming. Here come Norwich. Oh, that's a good ball in behind to Mariano. It's going to go beyond the post. I feel like he was offside, surely. He was. Sargent now. Oh, he's got good footwork, you know, Sargent. That's a good ball across to Mariano. Mariano, what a save, Kaminsky. He's been the problem causer for me so far in this half as Mariano. We've had a few chances as well, but nothing seems to be working for me at the minute. Once we get to the final third, it's just that end pass that we're just not really pulling off. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time. A point actually wouldn't be a bad result here, to be honest with you. A point would not be devastating. I'd be okay with that. Nelson plays a pretty good ball in there to Callum Grant. Callum Grant trying to go beyond his man. He does. Callum Grant, awkward position, hits the post. It's the post as Callum Grant. Great play from him there. Good ball in from Nelson. Oh my God, Dal gets that from Reggie, but Reggie recovers. That's beautiful from him. He's so good in that position. Mariano now plays that one out wide to Sargent. Good footwork back inside. Mariano scuffs at that, and Kaminsky will hold it. This second half feeling a lot like the first half. Both sides not really causing the issues you'd like. There's a good overlap there. And Britton now trying to loft that one in towards Callum Grant. You're just hoping the defender doesn't get to that, although we're going to win this back. Knight finds Buckley. Buckley waits for the overlap of Leo. Leo's passing is just non-existent. And he's not good at the overlap either, to be fair to him. That's being really mean, I know, but he's not good at it. Here come Norwich. It's a little bit back and forth, but it's not back and forth in terms of good chances or opportunities really from either side. Colwell will win this now. He's just going to run with this forward, and he's just going to say, Reece Nelson, have a bit of a run at that. And Reece Nelson is going to have a bit of a run. He's going to try and whip it all the way across. Callum Grant's run needed to be poised. He needed to curve off. What can Tyrese Campbell do now? Pulls it back. Still need bodies going, and I've got one there in Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson so good this season. Reece Nelson will most likely win this for Blackburn. He's done this time and time again this season. He has been unreal. Far better than we could have ever expected in this second season. He's way too good for the Championship, so let's wait for the bids to come in January, where we need to hold on to him. But Reece Nelson really making a name for himself now. Good ball behind, though, from Diallo. He's been super good. Maybe someone we should definitely sign permanently when we are in the Prem. This is going to go down as a very good episode in this season, and maybe an episode that defines whether we would have got promotion or not, especially automatic, because that's what I need. No playoff heartbreak for me again. Cannot be dealing with that. That is poor now from Norwich, where they've been relatively good, but that's the full-time whistle here, and Blackburn are going to win it 1-0, and that is massive for us. Norwich part of the chasing pack, so always a problem. And in a game that had very little to no chances, we managed to get the result, but Bournemouth did beat Stoke. Does still keep them just a point behind us, but the biggest thing for me here is the gap that we're starting to create between ourselves and Southampton, because I don't even care if we win the league or not. Just want automatic. They did offer me a job just a minute ago, and we're going to take on Brentford next. We've got some very tired legs coming into this one as well, which is just a little bit worrying, a little bit distressing. But Campbell, Devine, Dolan, Nelson. I don't have anybody else to play the left at the minute, apart from Markambi, and I'm just not feeling Markambi. I'd rather have Nelson for a half and then Markambi for the second half. Travis back in for this one. 80 rated now. Can we hold on to him in January? I think we can. We did say that he would just trusting us for this season, try and get promoted with us, which does look like it's going to happen, and then we'll assess that next year in the Premiership if a big English side comes in for him. I mean, there's no way you can't let him go. And Valencia then for Brentford. He's managed to get himself 17 goals so far, so he must be the top goal scorer in this division at this stage. Before Enna Valencia back in England playing for Brentford. Not going to deal well with him today, I don't think. That was frustrating from Devine. He's got to be better at passing. Now, Brentford were a side that I thought would not be struggling this year. I thought they'd come down, they'd be extremely good, but they're actually struggling right now. That's why they wanted me as manager. Now, Brentford could be a side we actually looked at to pick off some players for that Premiership season. Who knows? Damsgaard now. Dolan does brilliantly to steal that back. Can we break away with enough pace? Dolan does that step so that Digit Spence can get in there. We'll go back there tonight into Dolan. Finding Tyrese Campbell there. And he gets that all the way across. I mean, it's actually a decent ball to Pickering in the end. Pickering takes that touch. He's going to curve one in. Oh, they're going to get to it. They've got tall defenders. There's Campbell. Campbell turns and shoots. Oh, my God, what a save. Got Strakosha in that, who is unbelievable. So, definitely far superior to the level of football that we are playing right now. And he's going to find that easy as well. But Tyrese Campbell being livelier in the early stages. Oh, they make a mistake. When you make a mistake, you might get punished. You got to play a better ball in than that, though. But Reece Nelson, trying to go all the way. Oh, he's beautiful and brilliant. Honestly, I love Reece Nelson at the minute. Such a good signing there in Season 1. Didn't look like it, did he, in Season 1? Does this year. Just bring that back because I can get that into Divine then. And Divine can have a... Never mind. I was going to say Divine can have a crack. That was horrendous. Should have played it into Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson was wide open. He'll be fuming. Go on then, Nelson. Make that run so we can open up some space here for Tyrese Campbell to make it 1-0. That is beautiful. Tyrese does make it 1-0. He's been very lively in this first half and he deserves his goal. Not much more perfect time to get a goal than that is there either, Tyrese, as the half-time whistle blows. Just doesn't get any easier, though, as I noticed there at half-time that Bournemouth are winning. They're winning 1-0 against Swansea. So I think it's going to come down to us actually playing against Bournemouth again and seeing if we can get out. Shannon Baptiste in midfield, I forgot for Brentford, and he's someone we actually wanted last season. I felt like he wouldn't get much game time for them in the Prem, so maybe we'll go in for him. Not really got Enner Valencia in any dangerous position so far, and we'll take that away from the winger. Enner Valencia's coming off. You see, they had Poulsen on the bench. Enner Valencia started it. I mean, 17 goals, I get it, but they had Poulsen on the bench. Okay, I know who I would have started. I just know who I would have started. Poulsen is on the pitch, and now I'm worried. Wemo has been a problem for me as well, actually. His footwork is disgusting. Welling Wharton. Fair play. I haven't said Welling Wharton often, but that is good from him. That's a good ball out, actually. Go on then, Divine. I mean, he's made a good run. He needs runners off him now, does Alfie Divine, because he's not... Screw it. He's not clinical. He's not, is he? Lofts it over the bar. Remember, this could have been a squad that we were managing. I'm not completely against moving in this save, but the plan is to hopefully win everything with Blackburn, but we will set some restrictions for us to be sacked. I did mention this sub before the game. Nelson off, Markambi on. Not what I want to be doing, but hey, I've got to give Markambi opportunities to show himself. He has grown a lot. He's 69 rated now, considering I think he started at 62. He has grown quite dramatically. Whistle now piling forward. This is dangerous. Well in, Wharton again. How is that a free kick? Wharton, though, that was a great tackle. Stopped really the potential of a goal there. Brentford with the free kick. They're going to loft it in, and they are going to handball it, so it doesn't matter. Wilson now. They are stepping their game up now in the second half. Shannon Baptiste, Wharton again. Oh, my God, Wharton. What has happened to you? I don't care. I love it. Blow the whistle, ref. Come on, man. We've played so much added on time here. Just blow the whistle, and there we go. We're going to get a massive win here. 1-0 against Brentford. Bournemouth did win against Swansea, though, so it just means still only a point gap, but we've hit the 20-game stage. Now, this video might be a little bit shorter, just simply because I had to fly through it after what happened with the audio on the video earlier. We still managed to get 4 games, and we talked about the youth. We've changed the tactic. I'm really happy with where the team is at the minute and how well we're playing. That's going to be it for this one, lads. I appreciate you all. If you're new, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button as well. I'll see you for the next episode. Hopefully this one will be up very, very soon.